The USA Radio Network presents the greatest radio programs of all time.
Suspense.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you are about to hear is true. Only the names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Dragnet.
This is classic radio theater.
Gangbusters.
I was a communist for the FBI.
Lights out, everybody.
Now here's your host, Wyatt Cox.
An hour of crime and an hour of Bob Bailey. We start off with an episode of Let George Do It. This originally broadcast to the west coast of the United States July 16th, 1951. The episode entitled, Whatever Became of Terry Cable?
Personal notice. Danger's my stock and trade. If the job's too tough for you to handle, you got a job for me, George Valentine. Write full details.
Well, I see it's time for another Let George Do It adventure. Now, this story has to do with a worrywart by the name of Shorty McGowan, who runs a pub over on the east side. Shorty's the type of fella who, if he hasn't got a problem, he goes out and finds one. Right now, he's just returned from a most successful hunting trip. And boy, has he got a beaut.
Dear Mr. Valentine, what's become of Terry Cable? Terrence J. Cable. Sweetest man ever blew foam across the woodwork in my place. Now, I suppose you could say it's none of my business why a good customer and friend like that should just up and disappear. But then again, what kind of a human being would that make you? Yeah, suppose he's in trouble. Suppose he needs help. Well, Mr. Valentine, I found something yesterday in a hock shop that scares the daylights out of me. Oh, Terry Cable's in trouble, all right. Believe you me. So get down here, will you? Give me a hand. Everybody knows where Shorty McGowan's place is. Here on East Commercial. And Shorty McGowan? Well, that's me. The guy with the towel in his hand.
Watch? Just a watch?
Yeah, Terry's watch. Here it is.
And that's what you found in the hock shop, huh?
You know those ones down by the railroad station? Well, I was coming back from Mayville yesterday. Took a couple days' rest, and walking along the street, this thing in the window just up and hit me in the eye. Terry's watch, I said. That's Terry's.
Let's see. Terrence J. Cable, first place, 100-yard dash, Tri-State Conference, 1927.
Sure, yeah, that's how I knew. He liked to show it off. Something he won in high school.
You knew him since high school?
No, just the last year or so. But he come in all the time, know what I mean? He had a philosophical turn like I do. I tell you, he's the sweetest.
Okay, but just out of curiosity, how'd you get the watch out of the hock shop without a ticket?
Well, it hadn't been claimed. That's what I mean. I just bought it.
Uh-huh. So it must have been hocked at least 30, or is it 60 days ago?
Wait a minute. Why does just finding his watch in a hock shop mean that he's in danger? I don't understand.
In the first place, young lady, he wouldn't hock that watch. He wasn't the type. In the second place, he's not the type to just walk out of here 6 months ago and never come back without saying goodbye, you know what I mean? And in the third place, or fourth, whichever it is, Terry Cable was expecting a check. A big check. More. 50,000, he said.
Okay, so what? Check from where?
Well, how should I know? Rich Uncle Dudley, maybe? Uncle Sam? Search me. But a man wouldn't disappear without waiting to get it, would he? And only if he got it, then why hock the watch? See what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you mean. Maybe see why you're so interested in finding him, too.
Oh, no, you don't. Not me. No, I'm more one of them ultras, you understand? Yeah, to me, he's just a fellow human being. I'm no more interested in his money than I was in his gun.
His gun?
Oh, this gets better all the time.
Oh, sure. He had a gun, all right. Yeah, I saw it once when he dropped something out of his pocket. Don't ask me why. A fella's got a gun, you don't ask questions. That's what I always figure.
Very considerate. Shorty, tell me some more about this Cable. Where he lived, his family.
Now, listen. It might be something, but it might not. Don't you understand? I tried to ask him questions like that once in a while, but he'd just laugh and go on talking about the baseball games or religious aspects, things of that type. You see, I don't even know where he lived or who his other friends were. All I know is, for a while he had a job over at Fat Williams' warehouse, a load checker.
Fat Williams?
And also, I know this is the kind of neighborhood when things happen, you don't meddle. Me, I'm staying out of it. Only, what's become of him? It's driving me nuts. What's become of Terry Cable?
Cable? Never heard of him.
They call you Fat Williams, don't they?
Call me a lot of things, so what? In the warehouse business, Sonny, not lost and found.
But we were told that
Who told you? Who sent you around here to bother me when I'm trying to take a day off for a game of golf?
Never mind who sent us. I'm just looking for Terry Cable, that's all.
He worked here as a load checker once.
Solve a couple of hundred other bums. See out that window there? Don't see any streets for 3 blocks, do you? All warehouse, all mine. Got a keg of nails, I'll store it.
Sure. Got a hot car, you'll store that.
What's that?
Oh, I've heard your name before, that's all. Just take it easy.
Sonny, I thought you wanted help, not a button through your collarbone.
Skip it, I said. Your place burned down here about a year ago, didn't it? I didn't realize you were still around, that's all.
You mean you wanted me to know you were a real hep character? So any information I got, I better give you. Oh, these eager beavers.
I can pester your employees to find out about Cable.
But it'd be so much easier to get information by just saying please. Now there. See? Terrence J. Cable. No home address, worked here 3 months, paid $52 a week.
Where did he go when he left here?
Fired for spending too much time in the gambling joints. Like Lou Sprinkle's place.
And that's all, huh? That's all you gotta say.
Well, for the love of dog food, yes. What do you think I am, Sonny, a day nursery? What do I care what happened to some jerk I never even... What's that?
His watch.
Why'd you say so in the first place? You want to find this guy and tell him what time it is? Oh, get out of here, will you? I got a game of golf.
Sprinkle. Lou Sprinkle. Well, this is about where I thought his gambling joint was, but...
Yeah. It's all new construction. Anyway, George, how would a man who earned $52 a week be able to afford such gambling?
Oh, I don't know, Angel. This Terry Cable doesn't sound like a very straight character so far, does he?
No. Carried a gun, expected some big money, fired from one job that we know of. You know, I'm not even sure why we're looking for him.
Well, we're not going to find it behind a board fence, Angel. You're just as curious as I am why Shorty thinks it's important to find this. Oh. Hello.
Admiring the building? Going to be nice, isn't it? Good lines.
Yeah, it is. You work on it?
No, just watching. Watch every day. Going to be 115 offices in that building, mister, and all mine. Every one of them mine. Yes, sir, I own it.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Wait a minute. You must know this neighborhood, huh?
Sure do. Been located here 15 years. B.B. Manx is my name, in case you're looking for a place to get situated. Good transportation here, you know. Central heating, each office.
Oh, no. I'm just looking for a joint.
A joint?
Well, Lou Sprinkle had a gambling place around here.
Him, sure. He's got a new place across town. Real fancy, they tell me. Used to be here all right, but he moved out after the fire.
Well, what's the address?
Hold it, Angel. What fire?
Well, the same one burned the old Manx building down, my place. It was in the newspapers 10 months ago.
George.
Mr. Manx, you're giving me an idea. Did you ever happen to know a man by the name of Terrence J. Cable?
Cable? Yeah. I'm searching. Hey, wait a minute. They call him Terry?
Yeah, that's the one.
He was a foreman, I think. Bossed the cleanup gang after my fire here. Why?
Never mind. You don't know what's become of him, do you?
No, search me. You're looking for him, huh?
No, not anymore.
George.
I think I know all I need to know about him. Come on, Angel, let's play a fast hunch. Don't you get it? Terry Cable wasn't a crook at all. Just the opposite.
Yes, Mr. Valentine. Terrence Cable has been with us for years.
Fire insurance underwriters. George, you're right.
Yeah, every place I looked, I seemed to run into a fire. Any guy who once in a while carried a gun and who so gratuitously could wrangle jobs in places that had burned...
He had money to spend in a third place that burned.
Had to either have an angle or an expense account, Mr. Everett. What is Terry, a fire investigator?
Yes, that's right. So if that answers your question...
Well, it solves the riddle. Yes, Mr. Everett. But what did he find? We can't help being curious. That Fat Williams warehouse had a lot of valuable furs stored in it when it burned.
The furs were never definitely linked with the fire.
We looked them up in the newspapers. This B.B. Manx collected quite a bit on his fire, too. And as for Lou Sprinkle, knowing the kind of guy he's supposed to be...
We investigated the fires, naturally. That was Terry Cable's job. But now, if you'll excuse me, Mr. Valentine...
But he didn't find anything wrong, is that it? He was just pulled off the case, and that's why he disappeared from that part of town.
Yes, that's the idea. So there's really no mystery now, is there? You can go home and forget about it.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on.
Yes?
Why don't you tell us the rest of it? Where's Terry Cable now? What's become of him?
Are you asking for a client or for yourself?
Well, what difference would that make?
Mr. Valentine, it wouldn't make any difference one way or another. You see, Terry doesn't work for us anymore. I really haven't the slightest idea where you could find him.
Oh, you mean you won't tell me? Or you don't want me to look?
I mean those cases are closed. And besides, Cable doesn't have anything to do with investigations anymore, so what business is it of yours?
But he disappeared so quickly, we thought...
Well, I don't know what became of him. Left town, I think. Now, really, Mr. Valentine...
You're lying, friend. But okay, if that's the way you want it. But I'll be back.
What?
You don't want me nosing around because you know what's become of Terry Cable. Well, maybe your closed case will be reopened as soon as I find out why my client was so anxious to reopen it.
George, I still don't understand why...
Brooksy, it's simple. Look, don't you see why the insurance companies would want to protect their own good name?
But what did Terry Cable have to do with
Angel, now look, think back. It's all there. The kind of a guy Cable was, what he did, and why he disappeared. Hey, Shorty!
No customers.
Out and back, I guess. Hey, Shorty!
George.
Yeah, Brooksy. I guess the explanation of Terry Cable will have to wait a while. The guy who hired us seems to be dead.
Shorty. Someone must have gotten tired of hearing him spout that same old question and shoved a bar rag down his throat. Well, maybe it wasn't quite like that, but we'll find out all the gruesome details in just a minute.
Actually, in 3 minutes, we'll check back in with Bob Bailey, Let George Do It, July 16th, 1951 on Classic Radio Theater.
If you're over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days, I have some important news for you. Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. A free book to help you maximize your retirement income from television host and three-time author Josh Melberg has been released. This book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now because we are about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known secrets we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. Call 800-985-1813 now, and you'll receive a free copy of Josh Milberg's book, Next Gen Annuity Strategies Revealed. As a bonus, we'll also send you a copy of The #1 Mistakes Retirees Are Making with Their Investments Today, and a free DVD on how you can get up to 33% more income in retirement. Call 800-985-1813 now. Again, that's 800-985-1813. Employees of J.D. Melberg Financial have the appropriate licenses for the products they offer.
I used to wonder when I saw people going into nice hotels, really nice hotels, taking a pillow with them. That was before I got a MyPillow, because I know it doesn't matter where I'm going. Whether I'm going to a 1-star, 3-star, 5-star hotel, MyPillow goes with me. Whether it's just overnight or whether it's on vacation. And here's the great deal about MyPillow right now. The lowest price ever offered on radio or TV. 2 MyPillow premium pillows for $69.98. That's only $34.99 per pillow. The lowest price ever offered on radio or TV. And it's still the same pillow. Great pillow, 60-day money-back guarantee, 10-year warranty. And call them. 1-800-951-8175, or go to MyPillow.com, use promo code USA, click on the 2-pack special, and get the best deal you've ever gotten on a good night's sleep when you get a MyPillow.
Were you scammed into signing a timeshare contract? And did you miss the part that said you have to pay for your great idea? Not only for the rest of your life, but when you're not here anymore, you get to pass this turkey onto your family for them to pay for the rest of their lives. Thanks, Dad. Don't burden your family down the road, and don't be stuck with expensive timeshare payments forever. Get out of your bad idea timeshare contract guaranteed, or pay nothing. Call Resort Release today and learn for free how their timeshare exit team can help you legally exit your timeshare contract. They've helped thousands of people, and they're A+ rated with a BBB. So if you feel scammed, get mad and get out of your expensive timeshare contract right now, guaranteed. Call NOW.
800-586-7112. 800-586-7112. 800-586-7112. That's 800-586-7112.
Thank you for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station. July 16th, 1951, Bob Bailey, Let George Do It, and Whatever Became of Terry Cable.
Now, back to George Valentine. The man who hired you is dead, Shorty McGowan. He's been shot. Well, if your name is George Valentine, then the mystery of what's become of Terry Cable is now more important than ever.
No, Brooksy, Lieutenant Johnson said there weren't any witnesses to our friend Shorty's death.
And it happened just a few minutes before we got here?
Yeah, that's what the doc says. Somebody stepped in from the street and shot him, and that's it.
But, George, why? He was such a friendly little man.
Yeah, but it seems he's been mixed up in a few things, too.
Oh, what kind of things?
Oh, petty theft, hold up once. But what's important? Never arson.
Arson?
Yeah, come on, Angel.
Where are we going?
To get a new client. The insurance underwriters.
All right, you're hired.
I thought I would be.
Only you understand, I'd just assume the police
Sure.
didn't.
Protect your office's reputation. I understand, Mr. Everett.
I'm rather new here. I'm only pinch hitting for the regular man who runs this office, and
But what do you have to hide?
Brooksy, Terry Cable worked for this office. He was a bonded, trusted employee.
He was in charge of investigating all those fires.
Yeah, worked hard, I guess. Got jobs with the guys whose buildings had burned.
We thought he had to do it that way. There wasn't any superficial evidence of fire setting. The companies had to pay off, but we thought in time...
You hoped he'd discover something about them anyway.
Yes, he was convinced there was something phony about the fires. Each case resulted in actual profit as far as the owners were concerned.
Okay, then let's lay the cards on the table, shall we, Mr. Everett? Terry Cable found some new evidence and then disappeared with it, right?
Yes.
He was bought off.
I'm afraid so. There was plenty of proof that he left town all right, and to show that he had destroyed his own investigation records. Some of the best men in the country have worked on it without finding
But
him.
he left of his own free will. There wasn't any force.
That's right, Miss Brooks. Here, this is the only concrete thing we turned up. B.B. Manx.
Huh?
The day before Cable disappeared, this man Manx drew $12,500 out of the bank, in cash. Nothing we can do about it because we can't prove how he spent it. But neither can he.
Cash to pay off Terry Cable. But now that there's been a murder, maybe you can legally force Mr. Manx
I
to...
called him before you came back just now. Mr. Manx seems to have disappeared, too.
Oh, yeah, sure. He looked like the type. Play it safe.
You might try looking for him.
No,
but-
skip it. I've got a different way to figure out what happened a long time ago. And maybe why Shorty was murdered today. Yeah, I'm going to throw a few dice at a gambler named Lou Sprinkle.
And what is this proposition, Mr. Valentine?
Very simple, Mr. Sprinkle. I want some money.
Does that make you a man from Mars? Who doesn't?
No, I come from closer home. From Terry Cable.
Is that so?
Yeah, I think you've done business with Terry in the past.
Yes, I remember. But I don't think the nature of the business would concern
It was
you.
gambling, of course.
If you say so.
Maybe it was gambling on your part to think Terry wouldn't want to do some more business.
Merely because I don't choose to make a definite statement doesn't mean that you can.
All right, here goes. I come from Terry right now. Terry sent me. He wants some more money.
I don't think I heard you correctly, Mr. Valentine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm a very busy...
And because you might not believe me, he gave me his watch to show you. Here, take a look.
How much does Terry want?
Oh, $10,000 to keep him quiet, I think.
That's ridiculous.
He said he still has testimony regarding a few fires. just in case you tried to rub any sticks together.
I'd have to see this man myself or through my own representative. Do you mind?
No, but you are willing.
I couldn't discuss it with you at all. I'm sorry. Here.
What's this?
Present for your trouble.
$1,000 bill?
Show it to Terry. He'll understand my good faith.
So will I. Cautious, but faithful. So long, Mr. Sprinkle.
George, what did you find?
Made money in a hurry, Angel.
I know,
The
but
hock
what-
shops are the next stop. Down by the railroad station, remember? Brooksy, what I may have found is the answer to this case.
So you were going to find the answer, huh? You can't even find the hock shop.
Yeah. Looks like Shorty McGowan wasn't telling the truth even on that one, was he?
Well, there's not a single pawn shop where they remember ever having that watch of Terry's.
Uh-huh. So from here on, the answer's 1, 2, 3. What could have happened, Angel? So I'm going to try a trip to Maryville.
To where?
It's not far, and that wasn't a lie. Shorty just let that one slip. The place he'd been for a couple of days, remember? You know what I'm going to look for in Maryville? Terry Cable himself.
Hey there, Mr. Valentine.
Yeah, right here.
My name's Duncan. Chief of Police asked me to meet you. Thought you might be driving.
No. The train's a couple of hours faster. Only maybe you figure in this kind of a case, speed isn't important.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Of course, we do things a little differently out here. Let me have your bag there.
Okay, thanks. Did you get the description?
Oh, yes. We got that all right. Miss Brooks phoned it up. They sent the wire photo fingerprints and all that fancy sort of stuff. But, you see, we really haven't gotten around to your case yet.
Yeah, well, as soon as you do.
We're a little understaffed here, and we've been pretty busy with something else. Here's the car up here.
Okay.
You figure this Terry Cable may be living around here.
Well, it's not such a long shot. A man named Shorty McGowan apparently came up here and then returned with Terry's watch. Of course, that doesn't mean Terry would still be using his same name.
Yes, I understand all that.
Do you? Not quite sure I do.
Well, let me tell you some of our problems, and it'll take your mind off it. You see, there's a county graveyard out here. It doesn't have a caretaker.
Yeah, well, look, Duncan, I'm only interested in...
And a couple of days ago, there's been some digging where there shouldn't have been.
What?
Don't mind if we go out and take a little look, do you? That's why I couldn't get right on your case, you see. The county inspector claims there's one too many bodies out there.
Since when?
See, I thought you might be interested. It's nothing recent. In fact, it's since maybe 6 months ago. About the time Cable disappeared. Now, I guess you don't mind a little side trip, do you? Got a man over there working on it now.
The guy with the shovel, huh?
Yes. You see, what happened was somebody noticed the earth had been turned up since the last rain. Only when we take a look, it wasn't a new body thrown in. It was just an old one. It had been put there 3 months ago.
How do you know it was originally put there about the same time Cable disappeared?
Well, that's the easiest time to do it, isn't it? Not a bad way to get rid of a body. Just add him in when the grave is fresh. I mean, the time to do it was exactly 6 months.
All right. Only let's get rid of that guy with the shovel quick, huh?
Why, it's getting dark. I want to get back to supper.
No, listen to me.
July 16th, 1951, Let George Do It. The conclusion and a yours truly Johnny Dollar story starts in 4 minutes on Classic Radio Theater. You know, for a while I worked in a hotel and I really used to go, why do people bring their own pillows with them? Well, once I got a My Pillow, I understood. Because doesn't matter how good the hotel is, doesn't matter whether it's a 2-star, 3-star, 5-star hotel, it doesn't matter how nice the hotel is if you don't get a good night's sleep. And the key to getting a good night's sleep is a My Pillow. Now, the best deal ever offered on My Pillow right now. You go to mypillow.com, enter our promo code USA, click the 2-pack special, and folks, you're going to get 2 My Pillow premium pillows for $69.98. That's $34.99 per pillow, the lowest price ever offered on radio or TV. Now, it's the same MyPillow we've been talking about for months. It stays cool all night long. You don't wake up and flip the pillow over in the middle of the night. It keeps its shape. You don't have to fluff it up in the middle of the night. 60-day money-back guarantee, 10-year warranty, and that's the deal. Try it for 60 days. You don't like it, send it back. 10-year warranty. Tell me another pillow you've got that's got a 10-year warranty. No. And the great thing is it's always as clean and fresh as new. If you get in a mess or after, a couple of weeks, throw it in the washing machine, toss it in the dryer, fluff it up, and you got a brand new MyPillow. The lowest price ever offered on MyPillow. 2 MyPillow premium pillows, $69.98, $34.99 a pillow. You see if you can find a price like that anywhere else. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the 2-pack special, enter my promo code USA, or call 1-800-951-8175. The best deal ever. And by the way, that promo code USA works on anything on the MyPillow website, MyPillow.com. Thanks for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station. Now the conclusion of Let George Do It. July 16th, 1951.
The extra body, if it's Terry Cable, was put in there months ago, right? And what happened 2 or 3 days ago was just that the ground got disturbed.
Well, that's right, Orly.
Like disturbed by somebody looking for a watch.
Look, I got a complete file on Cable. Now, the thing for us to do, if we want to identify him once and for all, is to get him out of here.
No, get that workman of yours out of here.
I don't catch you.
Look, I told you the train's a lot faster than a car, so it's getting dark. That's all the better. The thing for us to do, friend, is miss our supper.
Why?
Because maybe I got here first. Okay, so here I'll be, digging.
Be careful you don't strain yourself, Valentine.
Quiet, will you? You're just supposed to be watching.
You know, I watched a digging scene once in Hamlet. That's by Shakespeare.
You don't say.
The gravedigger, he worked just about as slow as you do. Come across a skull, as I remember, just when...
Hey, shh, wait a minute.
Automobile.
Yeah, but no headlights. What
You sure make a pretty target out there in the moonlight.
You sure make lousy jokes sitting there in that...
Oh, hold it. Automobile stopped.
Yeah, somebody's getting out. Okay, stay out of sight and wish me luck, friend.
Right.
Back to work.
Hey! Hey, you!
Yeah?
Come here.
Who is it?
Valentine, come here.
Oh, you know me, huh? Been watching me all day, I guess, the way you watch Shorty.
How'd you get out here?
Oh, don't worry, I'm alone. I saw the body, though. Yeah, it's Terry Cable, all right. Pretty neat place to get rid of him 6 months ago. So neat you didn't even have to bother to take his watch. But Shorty did. He finally figured it out, didn't he, huh? Came up here, found Terry's body and the watch. And then hired me to put a little fear into you so he could shake you down the way you shook him.
Go on, talk all you like. Only be careful coming through that fence.
Yeah, sure, I'll be careful. You don't want another body out here to explain. Because that's what happened, isn't it, mister? You guys had fraudulent fires and then bought the investigator off, huh? $12,500 each. Only Cable was expecting $50,000, as I remember. So that'd probably mean 4 of you instead of 3, wouldn't it? Fat Williams, B.B. Manx, Lou Sprinkle, and who? Shorty McGowan himself? Was he the 4th? He have a fire, too?
Put down the shovel and get into the car.
No, wait a minute. I know who you are, all right, only...
Do you?
Sure. How's your game of golf? I guess the minute I left your office, you knew who'd sent me, and you headed right over to kill Shorty. To shut him up before he could go any farther.
You've gone far enough, too.
Fat Williams, the big shot. With a big secret, right? Something that Lou Sprinkle, for instance, didn't seem to know. That Terry Cable was really dead, that you killed him.
Yeah. You're smart, too, aren't you?
Well, it's fairly simple. You didn't pay Terry off, you just killed him. In 6 months' time, Shorty finally caught on to it.
Yeah, Shorty was smart. He stole some furs. Did he tell you that?
Furs? Oh, yeah, sure, from your warehouse. So that's what tied him in, huh?
He worked with us. He was the 4th one. Look where it got him.
Buster, don't try to tie the others in with you like that. Manx and Sprinkle may have been worried about their fires, but they paid off in cash. I suppose Shorty paid off, too. Only Terry was expecting a check. 1 check. He was smart. He'd want it that way.
Yeah.
So one of you must have collected the payoff dough from the others, one like you. Only instead of a payoff, you kept the dough yourself and killed the investigator. Yeah, that's all that happened. That's all that Shorty found out.
Shut up and get in the car. By tomorrow, Sonny, nobody will even know we've been here.
Hey, what?
Look out, Valentine! You...
That's all.
Pretty fancy shooting for nighttime, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, sure. You'll get a medal. You missed him a mile.
Hey, what?
But thanks for spoiling his aim. I hit him with a shovel. Don't you understand, Angel? Apparently Terry Cable wasn't even crooked. 6 months ago, Fat Williams just persuaded the others that Cable was. Then he pocketed their dough and killed Cable.
The insurance people and his family and everybody will be awfully glad that you cleared his name. Only, George, I still don't understand how you knew it had to be Fat Williams.
Well, you remember, Angel, he's the only one I showed that watch to before Shorty's death. So he's the only one who could have known that Cable's body had actually been found. In other words, that Shorty's nosing around had finally made it necessary for him to be killed.
Oh, darling, you're wonderful.
What?
No, I mean it. Your powers of observation, your logic.
Well...
You know, George, while you were up in Maryville, I did some shopping. I found a real bargain on kitchenware, so being a girl who plans ahead, I bought some.
Kitchenware, Angel?
Mm-hmm.
For your one-room apartment? What in heaven's name for?
Well, like I said, planning ahead. You'll find out.
You have just heard What Became of Terry Cable, another Let George Do It adventure. Robert Bailey was starred as George Valentine, with Virginia Gregg as Brooksy. David Victor and Jackson Gillis wrote the story, and the music was by Eddie Dunstetter. Now this is yours truly inviting you to another visit with Valentine, when you will again hear what happens when you let George do it.
July 16th, 1951, Let George Do It on Classic Radio Theater.
Balance of Nature. Changing the world, one life at a time.
I have been plagued with esophagus acid, and it burns the esophagus. I've had it for 30 years, and I've had doctors give me prescriptions for it and everything. I never got rid of it. I've been on the Balance of Nature for about 3.5, 4 months. It is completely gone. I didn't even notice it. But it has to be the Balance of Nature because it's the only supplement I'm taking. And I just wanted you to know that because it's made a world of difference in my life. I just wanted to let you know.
Experience the difference for yourself. Receive 25% off your first preferred purchase of Balance of Nature. Plus, get a set of convenient travel bottles containing a free additional week supply of Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies. You will still receive free shipping on every order. This is a limited offer and may end at any time. Call 800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code USA.
If you enjoy our Classic Radio Theater broadcasts and want to start building a collection of your own, go to classicradio.stream. That's classicradio.stream. There you'll find links to great classic radio collections on CD, along with links to great reading on classic radio, plus Classic Radio Theater on demand. Check out our webpage, available now at classicradio.stream. That's classicradio.stream. And enjoy.
Hi, this is Kyle Horvath with the White Pine County Tourism and Recreation Board. If you want to get away from the big cities and get back to nature this summer, give us a call at 775-289-3720 or visit us online at elinevada.net. There's so much to do and see I can't mention it in 30 seconds, but check out our website and you'll see what Nevada is really all about. elinevada.net or follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Give us a call at 775-289-3720 or visit us online at elinevada.net.
Tired of overpaying for the little blue pill? What if you could get the exact same results for just a fraction of the price, guaranteed? Well, now you can with sildenafil, the active ingredient in the blue pill. With 20 milligram generic sildenafil tablets, you get the exact same results for less than $2 per pill. And again, the results are guaranteed. That's right, absolutely guaranteed results for a fraction of the cost of the little blue pill. So give your wallet a break and call us toll-free at 800-365-6017 to get your generic sildenafil delivered discreetly to your door. And of course, while saving hundreds of dollars, you'll also be saving time by saying goodbye to those long, embarrassing pharmacy lines once and for all. Again, just call 800-365-6017 and get your generic sildenafil with a 100% money-back guarantee. Getting your pills doesn't get any easier or cheaper than this, so call 800-365-6017 now.
Now on Classic Radio Theater, we start a brand new yours truly Johnny Dollar story, The Star of Capetown Matter. This episode originally broadcast July 16th, 1956.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
This is Joe McNabb, Johnny, Tri-Eastern Indemnity.
Oh, hi, Joe. What's up?
The Star of Capetown.
Star of Capetown. Constellation, celebrity, or ship?
Wrong 3 times. The Star of Capetown is a diamond about the size of a jumbo olive.
Oh, sounds like it'd make a nice ornament for a martini. Except I'm strictly a lemon peel man.
Now, this is serious, Johnny. I'd like you to take a look at it.
Now, what's so interesting about it, except it's probably worth $100,000?
Make it $150. That's what we've insured it for.
Oh?
Got quite a history to it. 3 men we know of have been killed over it in the last 50 years.
This stone I'd like to see. Where is it?
Name of the stone, Johnny.
Star of Cape... Hey, wait a minute. In Cape Town, South Africa?
That's right. Interested?
I'll be right over.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Tri-Eastern Indemnity Associates Home Office. Following is an accounting of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Star of Capetown Matter. Expense account item 1, $1.50 cab fare from my apartment to the office of Tri-Eastern Indemnity Associates. Joe McNabb was waiting for me.
Sit down, Johnny.
Thanks. So what about the Star of Cape Town? Sounds interesting.
You're interested, we're worried.
What about?
Ever hear of Andrew Lanning Forbes III?
Forbes. Seems to me I've seen his picture in the papers a couple of times. International playboy type, isn't he?
That's the one. He owns the Star of Cape Town now, inherited the stone after the recent death of his aunt.
So?
Johnny, like I told you, we've got that diamond insured for $150,000. But Forbes treats it like it was a 10-cent store hunk of costume jewelry.
What do you mean?
He carts it from place to place wherever he goes. Paris, Rome, the Riviera, you name it, he's been there. And so has the Star of Cape Town.
Ooh, you mean that
he keeps it in hotel safes, stuff like that, but that isn't good enough. We want him to put it in permanent custody somewhere.
Yeah, I see your point.
But he won't seem to listen to reason. And right now, it's a particularly bad period for us.
How come?
Forbes seems to be in one of his party-giving moods. He has them every once in a while. About 3 weeks at a time, a big party every night wherever he happens to be. Then he quiets down for a month or 2.
Yeah, probably resting up. But how come he's in Cape Town now?
Who knows? Who knows why he goes anywhere he does?
Oh, brother, sounds like a real character.
Yeah, but what we want you to do is to talk him out of being a character long enough to put that diamond in a safe place and to keep an eye on it until he does. We got a plane reservation for you tonight at midnight.
Tonight? Now, just a minute.
Now, look, if it's the money you're worried about, don't be. This means a lot to us. We're willing to pay accordingly.
Joe, you may not believe this, but I wasn't thinking about the money.
Then what?
Those 3 men who got killed over that diamond. You told me about them over the phone.
Oh, that. Look, the diamond's 50 years old. Those 3 killings were 20, 30 years ago.
Just the same, 3 is always a crowd. And I wouldn't like to see it increase by 1. Expense account item 2, $360 cab fare to my apartment to pack and then to the airport, where Joe McNabb met me and told me 3 tired jokes in 2 minutes in a very subtle attempt to keep my mind off the 3 dead men as he gently steered me to the plane. Item 3, plane fare to Cape Town, South Africa. The plane came in over Cape Town in the early afternoon. Off to one side toward the famous Devil's Peak, and down below, the bay glittered like... Yeah, it looked like everything was trying to remind me of that diamond. As if I could forget a stone worthy of $150,000 in the lives of 3 people. Item 5, cab fare to the residence of Andrew Lanning Forbes III. He'd rented a mansion on the side of a hill. I was ushered onto a terrace overlooking the city and the bay. Forbes was waiting for me with a drink in his hand. He was a thin-faced, elegant, tired-looking character whose deep tan didn't hide the lines on his face. He could have been anywhere from 35 to 50.
May I offer you a drink, Dollar?
Well, a little early in the afternoon, isn't it?
Oh, is it? It might cool you off.
Okay, thanks. Say, it's quite a place you have up here.
It's adequate. You seem amused.
Well, there must be 15, 16 rooms at least.
Roughly.
Adequate seems kind of like an understatement.
Quite possibly. Here you are.
Ah, thanks.
Look, Dollar, it was very thoughtful of the insurance company to send you all the way down here, but also it was, wouldn't unnecessary be the word?
Well, it depends, Mr. Forbes.
What do you mean?
The company I represent is pretty jittery over that diamond of yours, the Star of Capetown.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to see it?
Well, yes, but I think we ought to...
Yeah, here it is.
You carry it around in your pocket?
Why not? I have no holes in my pockets.
Oh, now look, Forbes.
But no. I'm really not as bad as that, Dollar. I was expecting you, so I thought I'd play a little joke on you.
Here, Mr. Forbes, that kind of humor shortens my life.
Yeah, well, I suppose it was a bit cruel. Well, there it is. What do you think of it?
McNabb said it was the size of a jumbo olive. Looks more like a golf ball to me.
Quite vulgar, isn't it?
Oh, what a cutting job they did on it. Whew, beautiful. Well, there must be 1,000 facets.
Yeah, all of them glittering, all of them cold, all of them surfers. Rather like life, don't you think?
Look, Mr. Forbes, if you don't mind, let's skip the philosophy for a minute and talk about the diamond.
Oh, of course. You're still concerned about its safety. Well, perhaps this will reassure you. Will you come with me?
Sure.
This way. I have a very efficient wall safe in my bedroom. In here. So, you see, I do take precautions. Here we are. There. Are you reassured now?
No. Your bedroom opens off the terrace. It'd be too easy for somebody to get at that safe.
Very well, Mr. Dollar. After tonight, I shall place the diamond in a bank vault.
That's the best news I've had all day.
Yes. Tonight's party will be my last for a while.
Party?
For Agatha.
Who's Agatha?
Oh, she's my elder sister. She's on a world tour arriving here in Cape Town later this afternoon. I'm going to surprise her.
Hey, wait a minute. You came all the way here to Cape Town to throw a surprise party for your sister?
Well, I wasn't doing anything else at the moment. Why not?
Well, I can think of a couple of reasons, but they probably wouldn't sound convincing to you.
Probably not. Although they probably would sound convincing to Agatha.
Oh?
Yeah, she and I are quite different. Half the time she worries about me, and the other half the time she disapproves of me. She considers it quite beneath the dignity of the Forbes name for me to go popping around from place to place like this.
I see.
She's quite devoted to the cause of the Forbes name. To make sure it keeps standing for, well, whatever it's supposed to stand for. I was never quite sure myself.
So you're giving her a surprise party tonight. Will she like the idea?
Probably not. That's what makes it fun. Oh, by the way, would you like to come?
Well, under the circumstances, I think I'd better. I wonder if I could have a guest list.
A guest list? Oh, good heavens.
You mean you don't have one?
Well, of course not. I just invite people here and there and wait to see who turns up.
Then you don't have any idea who all's coming?
Absolutely not. Donna, that's the only thing that makes these parties worthwhile.
Oh, great. A character with a quaint habit of carrying his diamond in his pocket, throwing a party where he didn't know who was coming. This was a situation not calculated to help my peace of mind, believe me. Forbes had his driver take me back to town. I stopped along the way at police headquarters and talked to Lieutenant Van Tile, who agreed to furnish a man to help me keep an eye on the party. Expense account item 6, cab fare back out to Forbes' house that evening for the party. I thought I was getting there early, but there were already quite a few people about. A stocky bartender shoved a drink in my hand as I walked in, and I took a look around. Quite a brawl. Then I spotted a girl with honey-colored hair and a green dress that matched her eyes. Well, it was as good a place to start as any.
Hi.
Hi. My name's Johnny.
I know.
Oh?
I'm Sheila.
You a friend of Forbes?
My, you are new around here, aren't you?
What do you mean?
You'll find me at most of Andy's parties. He arranges my transportation.
I see.
Do you? What's your excuse for being here in this gay, mad throng? You an old friend, too?
Matter of fact, no. I just met him this afternoon, and he invited me to come.
That's par for the course.
Ah, here you are. Sheila.
Oh, Forbes.
I'm glad you two have gotten acquainted. Enjoying yourself, Sheila?
Delirious.
Isn't she wonderful, Johnny? She's always so gracefully bored.
You see, Johnny, I perform quite a useful function around here. I'm always good for laughs.
Yeah. Well, is your sister enjoying the party, Forbes?
Agatha? Why, of course not. Haven't you met her yet, John?
No, I haven't.
Oh, she's over by the window. The thin, aristocratic, tired-looking lady.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Well, that's her look of disdain. She thoroughly disapproves of this whole party, and of me, of course.
And of me.
Come along, Johnny. I'd like you to meet Agatha.
Oh, you're taking a chance. She'd probably disapprove of me, too.
Oh, no. You look like the respectable type.
Thanks, I guess.
She'd thoroughly approve. I seem to have another guest arriving. Would you two excuse me? I'll introduce you to Agatha later, Johnny.
Yeah, sure.
The perfect host, when he wants to be.
Oh. Who's the new arrival?
Her name is Helen. Andy met her a day or two ago.
Well, I'll say this for her.
Yes. Isn't she?
Sorry.
Don't be. I'm used to it.
You know something, Sheila? I don't get you.
Oh, I'm not so hard to figure out, Johnny.
I think you are. You don't like these parties any more than Agatha.
Oh, now watch it, Johnny. You start comparing me to her, and she's going to disapprove of you.
Okay, but I still don't get it. You don't like the parties or Forbes' other friends, yet you keep...
tagging along. Yeah, I've got a perfect attendance record.
Why?
Well, I guess there's one obvious reason, but that would sound real corny.
Maybe not.
So let's just say that after you've been riding the merry-go-round long enough, standing on solid ground doesn't seem normal.
Oh? Well, maybe if you keep riding that merry-go-round, you'll grab the brass ring someday.
Don't bet on it.
Sheila drifted over to the bar, where she sat quietly drinking the rest of the evening. I somehow felt sorry for her, but I knew she'd bought her own ticket to the merry-go-round, at least for the first ride. I looked over at Forbes and started sweating. He was showing the diamond off to the party. But before I could get to him, Agatha did. She must have told him in dignified but firm tones to put the ice on ice. He laughed and took it back to his room, so I relaxed. The party dragged on. Agatha managed to look frigidly pained the rest of the evening, but Forbes was obviously enjoying himself with Helen. They danced, then went out on the terrace. Sheila turned her back and concentrated on her drink. Finally, I went over to the bar.
Sorry, Johnny. It looks like the bartender's gone home. And that's probably a good idea. Good night.
She headed carefully for the door and went out. Then I realized I hadn't seen Forbes for 10 or 15 minutes. I went out on the terrace. Nobody in sight. I walked to Forbes' bedroom door. Mr. Forbes? Forbes? No answer. One lamp was lit. Forbes was on the floor. The knife had gone in low under his ribs. He probably hadn't made a sound. Nearby was the case in which he kept the Star of Capetown. It was open and empty.
Now, here's our star to tell you about tomorrow's intriguing episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, a girl who is exciting, beautiful, and deadly. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Robert Reif, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
Murdered owner, missing diamond. This is going to be ugly. July 16th, 1956. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, on Classic Radio Theater. Make sure you visit the webpage, classicradio.stream, where you can not only stream our Classic Radio Theater podcast on demand, learn more about classic radio collecting, but you can contact me there. I don't know why I put that last. Anyway, you can always find our podcast anywhere fine podcasts are served. Just search for USA Classic Radio Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox. Hey, thanks for listening. Do us a favor, would you please thank this station, support the advertisers, and as always, tell a friend the great radio shows are back. Classic Radio Theater here on your favorite station and the USA Radio Network.